Welcome to Late Night Conversations. We are Caleb and Stephanie Knight. We are married, husband and wife. We're pastors, and we believe that strong marriages don't happen by accident, but they are built on intention.
That's right.
That's why these conversations are created to be honest,
Yeah.
practical, and real, because marriage isn't about perfection. It's about connection.
That's right. Today we're going to be talking about something that I think hits home with everybody in everyone's marriage.
Episode 3. What is
Yes.
episode 3?
Marriage isn't broken.
But can we celebrate episode 3 for just 1 second?
Yes, episode 3.
I mean, anyone can do one episode or 2 episodes, but episode 3.
Episode 3. I'm
Marriage
excited.
isn't broken.
Marriage isn't broken. It's just neglected.
That sounds strong.
Yeah. Neglect sounds harsh,
It
but it
does.
really isn't. It just means that there's, not been intentional focus on your marriage.
Yeah.
So,
I think anyone can land there. I mean, we've landed there at times.
Yeah.
When you're so busy, episode 2, we
Right.
talked about busyness. We're so busy doing and being and going and providing and supplying and driving and
yeah.
all the things that the neglect really is just completely unintentional,
That's right.
and it leads us feeling like roommates.
That's right. Yep.
Roommates. Man, that's the worst place to end up probably as a married couple.
Right.
I mean, you didn't get married to be roommates. You got married to be lifelong mates,
Right.
partners, husband and wife. And, you might be in that season right now where you feel like roommates. And here's the hope. We all get there at some point in time.
Yeah.
It happens because life is happening, and we kind of slip into, we're just roommates.
That's right.
But we don't want you to feel that way. But here's how you know if you're in that roommate energy phase of your relationship. Here's some things it might feel like. You're sharing responsibilities of the home, but you're not sharing each other's heart.
That's right.
Roommates, if we were just roommates, you'd pay for some of the bills, I'd pay for some of the bills.
Yep.
We'd occupy the same house, but I don't care how you feel.
Yeah.
We're not getting into deep conversation with a roommate on the couch in the living room or in the kitchen while we're cooking or while we're getting ready in the bathroom or while we're laying in bed.
Yeah.
That's the reason why we've started this podcast. We want to give people practical hope and tools and resources so you don't end up feeling like roommates.
Roommates. Yeah.
Here's something else it might feel like. You're just going through the motions of life,
Yeah.
yet your marriage isn't going anywhere. You don't feel like your marriage is really deepening. The bond isn't deepening. It's just kind of stopped. It's stuck. It's stale. And one of the things that really can invade in a good and a negative way your life is when you become parents. Space
Yeah.
invaders. Children are space invaders. They come in and they take up what was once ours, and now we've introduced willing participants in bringing children into the home, sometimes 1, sometimes 2, sometimes 3,
Yeah.
sometimes 4. We got to 4, and she's asking for more, and I'm like, man, hold on. We've already got 4 space invaders. They invaded all of our space. Let's stop there. And we stopped there. But what happens is when children are introduced into the relationship, which are a blessing,
Yeah.
they're your legacy, they're your, heritage. But you become, and the focus becomes mom and dad instead of husband and wife.
Yeah.
And now everything about your life, you've been renamed. You've been reclaimed. You're now mom and dad,
Yeah.
and you never feel like husband and wife. Again, it's unintentional. It's life happening.
Yeah.
And so we've got to really, fix this. And that's why we want to do that. But what does that feel like? I think because emotionally, women or men are different. Most women are more emotionally driven than men.
Yeah.
However, sometimes men can be the more emotionally driven one. And let's remember, men have emotions.
That's right.
We just don't share them as openly or frequently as women. But emotionally, what does the roommate energy feel like in a marriage?
I think that for most women, I think it could feel like loneliness. You can feel isolated in your own home.
Yeah.
And that's a bad feeling. That's a bad place to be. I think that maybe even sometimes we create silos within our home. You're doing your own thing,
Right.
and I'm doing my own thing,
Right.
and that's where the coexisting comes in a marriage. We're just coexisting. And I think for men, you can speak to this, but most men may feel unappreciative
Yeah.
in their home.
Yeah.
And so I think that would create that.
The neglect. Yeah. The feelings of neglect.
Yeah. So.
We were talking before this about what some of the studies show about this lonely feeling. Let them know something that we found. Listen to this carefully.
So there is a marriage statistic called the lonely marriage statistic. And in this study, we found that more than 62% of people reported feeling lonely in their marriage that were actually living with their spouse and sharing a home, doing all the things. But over 62% indicated that they were very lonely.
So when we're looking at loneliness, they did a study and they found out that almost every 2 out of 3 people that felt lonely were married, living with their spouse in the same home, and still, that is wild.
So wild. Yeah.
That is wild. It's wild because in Scripture, we're pastors, in Scripture, when God saw that Adam was lonely, he didn't give him a dog or a job or a hobby or a new car or a boat. He didn't give him a bro. He didn't give him a girlfriend. He didn't give him a mom, a dad, a son, a daughter, an aunt, an uncle, a niece, a nephew, a grandma, a grandpa, a grandson, God's design and intent to fix loneliness was marriage, yet we've got 2 out of 3 people that experience loneliness.
That's kind of crazy.
In marriage.
Yeah.
That's why we're here.
Yeah.
We're here to help. We're not saying we're perfect. We were talking about this last night. Like, doing this really pushes us to continue to put the work in for ourselves.
That's right.
We don't want to be hypocrites. We want to reflect the content that we're bringing you. We want it to be who we are. And so, this loneliness thing is really something that we want to help you with. Here's something, man. We were talking about bringing our own stories into some of this to share with you how we got through it or overcame it or what we did. And as we were talking about this season of coexisting, there was 2 specific times that kind of come up. I think we've generally done a good job of not coexisting. We've tried. But it's happened. One when the kids were younger. And I remember your statement was, we're like 2 ships passing in the night. But even recently, we are together quite a bit. We pastor together. Now we podcast together. That's another thing on our list that we do together. We have kids together. We have a grandson we help take care of together. Yeah. We run a business, and up until, I guess probably 4 years ago, I was the main person doing that, but now we're trying to build a business together, and you're a little more a part of that. And so we are together a lot.
Right.
But sometimes we're together and our focus is on other people.
Even our conversations most of the time are about other people,
Yeah.
or other things, or other commitments, or other responsibilities, or things that we are in charge of, making happen, and all of that. And you find even your conversations are surrounded by other things.
Right. Right. And there's a reality where you cannot just be married. That's the only thing you're ever going to be, is I'm just going to be married. You got to work, you got to provide, you got to be a husband and a mom. I mean, a husband. You got to be a dad and a mom, and you've got things and responsibilities. But I really think we've got to let everyone know the word that we're trying to really drive down in is intention.
That's right.
Be intentional, because you cannot fix what you're not being intentional for. We said your marriage isn't broken.
Yeah.
You're just been neglecting the main thing. So let's reframe it. Let's reframe it. Neglect, this is important, does not equal a lack of love.
That's right.
The word in and of itself sounds harsh, but neglect doesn't mean a lack of love. I joked about, what does neglect look like? I mean, sometimes neglect is your yard needs mowed. Your house needs painted. It's still your yard. It's still your house. Let's go inside the house. The house needs cleaned.
Right.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's still yours. You're occupying the space. You're doing this together. There's just some attention that needs brought back to that area of your life. And so what we're saying is neglect is not a lack of love. It's a lack of focus.
Yeah. That's right.
We're focused on everything else, and we're not focusing in on our relationship.
And you'll see that when your attention shifts and your focus shifts to what's important, like your marriage, that will grow. That will continue to flourish.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you have to be intentional
Right.
about what you're focusing on.
Yep. And in fact, in Scripture, Jesus tells this parable about pruning. And when Jesus talks about pruning, the things that are cut off aren't cut off so that the tree would die. It's so that it would grow even more and produce more fruit.
That's right.
So maybe
it's just going to take some time to have a conversation with each other and figure out what commitments you can say no to.
Yep, there we go.
So that you can prioritize some time together and be intentional with that time. And so it might be some tough conversations, but necessary.
Yeah, don't get
to see growth, to see love sprout,
flourish, grow. I mean, I love that picture. Get together, do it collectively together, and say, what do we need to give up in this season of life?
Yeah.
We
don't want to see silos in a home.
No.
That's not a good place to be. That's not a good place to live, as far as you don't want to coexist. You want to love being together. You want to love each other's company. You want to flourish together. You want to grow together.
Coexisting sounds boring.
Yeah. And sad.
It just sounds like there's no fun.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, laugh together.
That's right. And also, I was doing some other research about this, but also when you are in a happy, healthy, loving marriage, there are so many benefits to that. There's so many benefits to being able to just do life together in a healthy way.
The healthy marriage means a healthy life, like a healthy physical body, mental state.
Every way, shape, and form. You're just better for it. You're healthier for it.
Yep.
And I love that. And that's where we want to live. That's where we want to be. We want to be able to support each other, because let's be honest, life is going to throw curveballs at you. Life is just going to be lifing all the time.
2025 life for us.
Yes. And so there's no way we would have been able to make it through if we wouldn't have had each other helping support each other encourage one another, because life is still going to life, and you're going to need somebody that is going to be in your corner helping you.
Yep.
And that's your spouse.
Mm-hmm.
That's your best friend, you know? And so you want to put some investment there. Put some intentionality there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
You're healthier for it. You're healthier for it.
So where your attention goes, your love grows.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reality. Where your attention goes, whatever you're giving your attention to, whatever you're focusing on, then that love will grow.
Yeah.
And we want to bring some good, healthy love back into your relationship.
That's
where
right.
where it is thriving, where it is flourishing, where you love seeing each other, you love talking to each other, you love being with one another, instead of, oh man, I'm going to have to go home. Oh man, it's her calling, it's him calling. Oh man. I mean, we don't want that. Come on, at one time, you love that person enough to say and to stand before God and your families and a minister and to say, I choose you over everything
That's right.
and everyone else.
That's right.
That's what we're after.
That's right.
Here's the question we have this week for you, a practical takeaway that we want you to do, that we want you to implement in your relationship. Here it is. Ask each other this question. What's one way I can show up better for you right now? Here's the key to this. Not next week, not when life slows down, not when the kids get older, not when work or business is less stressful. What's one thing, one way I can show up better for you right now? And then listen to each other. This is mutual. Share this with one another, and then implement that, and just see how it begins to just grow and flourish and what happens in your relationship.
That's right. And this is why we believe that being intentional and creating an intentional space matters for your marriage. And Caleb and I created this night called One Night for Us, and we want to invite you to come. And listen, this is not a night where we're going to come together and fix everything and everyone. This is not that kind of night. It's just a night where we can refocus and we can come together and we can invest in what matters most.
Right.
And that's our marriages. And so we want to invite you February 21st, 6:30 at Faith Point. We are hosting One Night for Us. And so if you like more information about that, it's going to be free. Registration is free. There's going to be some free food. And so the link to sign up is going to be in the show notes. And we would love to see you and your spouse there.
We want to see you. We want to see you there. And we can't wait to see you in the next episode of Late Night Conversations. See you soon.